Again, my name is Abir. I'm Palestinian, was born in the camp of Shatila. I'm a third generation of Palestinian of the Nakba, the catastrophe. And I moved to the United States 5 years ago to educate American about the Middle East.
And what exactly are you doing out here in front of the White House today?
Okay, we came today to tell Mr. Obama to use his pressure and his force to exercise more powerful policy on Israeli government and to stop the invade of Gaza. Because as we know, all the Israeli military now and the army, they are waiting just in front of the borders to have a ground invasion. So we are asking Obama's administrations and his staff to stop this massacre, this mass murder for our people in Gaza.
I think the siege is in its 7th day right now, and over 100 Palestinians has been killed. Is that correct?
Yes, exactly.
And 33 of them are children.
Yep. A lot of them are women and children, an entire family. They've been killed, and no one is just moving. Americans are busy with early shopping for Christmas, and of course with Turkey and with Thanksgiving. So no one is just paying attention what's going on in the Middle East. So that's why we are here today to protest and to educate Americans about what's going on.
And of course, over 1,000 have been wounded. I think on the Israeli side, they've had 4 or 5 casualties.
Yes, wounded. Dead, you mean? Yeah.
And their side of it is they're saying they're only doing this fighting in self-defense. Do you buy that argument?
I do not, because we cannot compare the incomparable. The Palestinian Authority, unfortunately, are isolated from Hamas, who are in Gaza. And Hamas have 1.7 million people that live isolated. It's a free zone area. They don't have any army, any military, really, compared to the F-16 and Apache that used by Israeli, and of course given as a gift and help by the Americans. So of course is incomparable. To us, it's hard to buy this argument. It's incomparable. It's our people are civilian, and we don't have, as all we know, we don't have shelters and good shelters in Gaza. So a lot of civilians are died every day, and that's why the number is high. And it's going to be increased if the Obama administration, even after the visit of Hillary Clinton, nothing has stopped. So we really recommend and ask the White House have exercised power and pressure on Netanyahu's government.
Okay, I'm just going to pan over here a second and get a copy of your sign. So your response then to Hillary going over, you don't think it's going to do anything?
I don't think so. Israelis are very powerful. We know that, and the lobby here in the United States is very powerful. And a Zionist movement is everywhere, so it's nothing going to change. Nothing going to change. It's just a visit like any other visits, and it's not going to change anything. And the only thing we can change maybe now for us as a Palestinian is the Arab world is different. The Arab Spring has changed the region, so we got a lot of foreign ministers from Arabic countries visiting Gaza, and this is the only support we got. But it is not like it's maybe moral support, but it's not physical, and nothing has stopped yet the violence in Gaza.
Anything you want to add?
I would like just to ask the American people, please do not shop early shopping for Christmas and thinking about the turkey and gift and present. Think about a lot of children are killing every day in Gaza, and a lot of people in poverty and just hopeless. So please, we ask you guys to ask pressure and to ask your President Obama to stop this assault on Gaza. Thank you.
Thank you. Your name, sir?
My name's Barry Knight.
And Barry, what are you doing here sitting in front of the White House?
Well, we are here today while Obama is going to pardon 2 turkeys to suggest to him maybe he should pardon all the children that are losing their lives in Gaza as we speak. We fought a revolution in the United States to escape British rule. Yet today, AIPAC, the largest, most influential lobby in the United States, is working directly for the interest of Israel, and they control our Congress. If you don't support AIPAC, You don't get elected to Congress. It's that simple. How wrong is it that we have a foreign country controlling our government? I think it's reprehensible. And that's why we are Israel's partner. We give them the green light. We give them $3.2 billion a year. That's $8 million a day. And what do they do with it? They commit genocide against the people of Palestine, against the 1.7 million people living in Gaza. It's got to stop. People think if you speak out against this, oh, you must be anti-Semitic. This has nothing to do with anti-Semitism. It has everything to do with anti-terrorism. Perhaps because AIPAC controls our Congress, Israel controls our Congress. Perhaps that's the reason why they can break no less than 65 UN agreements and face no repercussions whatsoever. Iraq breaks 2, we bomb the hell out of them. Yet Israel has broken 65 UN resolutions. Let's stop being their puppets. Let's wake up America, turn off that weapon of mass deception, find out the truth, and then get involved. Let's stop this genocide. Let's stop the killing. Let's stop the massacres.
Anything else?
That pretty much sums it up, but you can talk to me later. I'm generally not at any loss for words.
Okay, thanks so much. I'm going to pan over now. Excuse me, sir. I just want to get the White House in there. That's great. And your name, miss?
Jean Athey.
And Jean, what are you doing here in front of the White House?
Well, the president is going to pardon some turkeys, and we would like to see if there might be a little bit.
So the president is pardoning 2 turkeys
grace
today,
left over
and
for the
we're
children of
asking him
Gaza.
if he has any leftover
And
mercy for the
so-
children of Gaza.
So we want to bring that message that the U.S. needs to immediately aim for a ceasefire. We need to do everything that we can for that. But then in addition, there are long-term things that need to be done. And in particular, we would like to see an end to the $3 billion a year in our tax money that goes to Israel with no oversight whatsoever. We think that the State Department should do an investigation of the use of U.S. supplied and funded weapons, and to see that it complies with the Arms Control Export Act, which requires that that these arms not be used
How are you doing?
for in
Well,
ways
now
that will
your
harm
two
other
issues
that will
are
harm people, harm
gay
civilians,
and the
that will feel
environment,
that
right?
this
You got half.
has not been done.
Okay, well, you got.
The president just sent Hillary Clinton over to Secretary of State. Are you encouraged by that move?
Well, I'm hopeful. I think it would be nice.
Does anybody
if,
need to have a press kit with
if
information?
Mrs. Clinton would talk with Hamas, since they're one of the main parties to the conflict.
Yeah.
And she's refusing to do that, so I think that's a mistake. But certainly that's a good idea. But we are not, the U.S. is not a referee so much as a party to this conflict, because we have
so you
supported
don't wanna get
Israel
your picture
in the way that we have for so long.
Anything else, Jean?
No,
There's a lot of Jewish people who don't like
Thanks so much.
children.
And your name?
Susan Karen. Susan Karen.
And Susan, what are you doing here in front of the White House?
Well, today President Obama is showing some mercy to 2 turkeys. He is pardoning them, and we're hoping that he is having some goodwill and some leftover mercy for the children of Gaza.
And what does that mean, though, when you're talking about it, with respect to what's going on in Palestine? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, the assaults, the carpet bombing of Gaza. It's a very densely populated area. Children have nowhere else to go, and they are being the victims.
I understand that 33 Palestinian children have been killed.
Yes, and we should say that we just heard that there was a bombing today in Tel Aviv, so we may have to add Israeli children to this as well. So far they've been spared, but if this continues, I think children all over.
I think their casualties were around 5 or 6 before this other incident.
A child is a child,
Yeah.
and it's wrong to be killing children.
Yeah. And so what about the president sent Hillary Clinton over there? Do you feel encouraged by that?
I welcome any opportunities to try to stop the violence, but I also think that we need to be reminded that Hillary Clinton has a role in this. She built this. We are providing $3 billion worth of military aid. We are supposed to enforce our laws, which doesn't allow these weapons to be used against civilians, and there's been a great default. And if they would just step up and do their job, the Israelis will have to stop.
Well, the Israelis insist that they're just
There's a lot of misconceptions.
in the mode of self-defense. That's their argument. How do you answer that?
I believe killing children is wrong. I don't care if you call it terrorism, self-defense, collateral damage, retaliation. We all know it's wrong. The Geneva Convention says it's wrong. Just War Bible says it's wrong. It's wrong.
Anything else?